Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. In the last part, we started exploring more of the general theme of Grunty's industry as we unlocked most of the warp pads and stuff. And in this episode, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of things and to tackle one of my least favorite missions in the entire game. However, first off, I'm going to finally press that button that I missed the first time I played through this area. So yeah, you should go after that when you first start exploring the first and second floors. But I forgot that it existed and I messed up, and that is bad, so yeah. Anyway, you can't really do too much in this area without splitting up Banjo and Kazooie. Like, as you see here, if you step on this button, you'll open up this, we'll open up this door, which will reveal a Jinjo, which, awesome. However, getting off of the button closes the door again, so it's split up time. I forgot that it was split up time, though, so I'm actually going to have to backtrack, which, sucks. But, not that big of a deal. What you're going to want to do is send Banjo alone out there to, to press stand on the button. He can't really do anything to get that Jinjo for the moment. However, Kazooie is going to be the one that you're going to want to use in order to get the Jinjo out there. Now, you could use the Claw Clamber boots that are right next to the Jinjo and get those that way, but I like to cheat the system, and I'm going to fly instead. Just because it's a little bit faster, depending on what split up land Kazooie. Land Kazooie. Please, land Kazooie? Yeah, it's a little bit more direct to just use flying when you're Kazooie, because, well, it's just easier that way than trying to, fuddle your way around through to getting to that door and stuff. Now, you're going to want to remember this area for later, though, because this is another area where you'll find one of the skivvy workmates. It's over across those, across to the right of what we're looking at right now, right and somewhat back. You'll see, a trail of those toxic waste containers that you can use as footholds. Just remember that that area exists, because you're going to be needing to go there when you start going after the skivvy workmate mission. However, I don't usually go after the skivvy workmates until later in the level, just because, A, you do have to sort of unlock, quote-unquote, some of them, and you don't really need to use Wumbo's transformation until later in the level anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. And I don't know why I'm flying all the way up. Oh wait, I do know why I'm flying all the way up to the top. We're going to be doing some of the stuff in the roof area right now. The only way that you can get into this roof area as Banjo and Kazooie normally is by breaking open these windows and flying in. You can get in there as the Wumbo transformation, but again, you're only going to be doing that as one of the skivvy workmates in order to get, yeah, you see that guy? You're going to be going up here as the Wumbo transformation in order to get that guy. But other than that, you're not going to be going up here as a normal. You're not going to be going up here for anything other than this Jinjo, that skivvy workmate, which we'll be getting later. And also, there is a empty honeycomb piece in this area, so you're going to want to be finding that too. There's two different rooms for this, basement storage place type thing. There's one on the... Well, there's just two different rooms. I don't know if the... Actually, I do think that the empty honeycomb is in this, part of the room. I think it's, if you climb up here, it's in a box, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Oh, wait, actually, I think I'm wrong. I think it might actually be in the other room. No, I think I'm actually looking for it now, and it might be in the other room. All I know is that there is an empty honeycomb in the... Well, okay, you know what? I'll just stop babbling and let the footage speak for itself. Because if I'm right, and it is in the other room, and I think it is because there's the empty, the breakable glass itself that I can use to fix this whole thing. If I could ever manage to break it anyway. And I got really lucky that I got a chance to beak Buster there, because if I had fallen, I would have needed to get onto the flight pad in order to get up here again. And yes, I think I was right the first time, and it is in the other room where you have to get that empty honeycomb piece. Oh, and there's a Jiggy there too. Crap. Oh, and I lied again. There's another instance where we need to use these screw things. I am just a well of misinformation. Huh. How about that? Oh, and I lied a third time. You can get up to the fifth floor, or the roof, or whatever you want to call it. from inside. You just have to use these this screwy thing in order to do so. And I know exactly why you need to use this screwy thing in order to do so. You need to use Solo Kazooie in order to get that Jiggy in that empty honeycomb. The thing is that when you use shock jump pads, you go higher as normal Kazooie than as you go as Banjo and Kazooie, because, you know, Banjo's a fat asshole and he weighs down your jump. But if you go as normal Kazooie, then you'll get a little bit more height to that jump. And by a little, I mean a lot more height to that jump. So yeah, you open up that bill drill thing and you switch to normal Kazooie. Be careful on this walkway because it's easy to fall off as Kazooie normally if you just even do anything fancy with the control stick. So yeah, you go up there as normal Kazooie, and now we can get that empty honeycomb and that Jiggy. I can't believe I forgot that that thing existed. Yeah, I am dumb. I am dumb, and I can't reach. Well, I think I can reach if I just creative my way up there. Yeah, I think it's... No, now I'm looking for the empty honeycomb piece now that I've gotten the Jiggy that I should have known existed. Well, I mean, I bet you could probably MacGyver your way up there as normal Banjo and Kazooie, but I like just using Kazooie alone, just for extra, I don't know, security or something. And I could have sworn there was an empty honeycomb in this room, like 99% positive. But if there isn't, then I guess there... Oh wait, I know, I'm trying to fly... Huh. I could have sworn there was an empty honeycomb in there. Oh well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I don't really remember. I am just, yeah, I'm not very good at the whole commentating thing right now, am I? But, yeah, you see, we've been spent like 4 parts in this area, and we've got less than half of the stuff. We haven't even cleared out all the Cheeto pages and honeycombs, and I'm still missing 2 note clusters, so yeah. When I said that Grunty's Industries takes a long time, I really meant Grunty's Industries is obnoxious with how long it takes. Anyway, that Mumbo pad, I think is... Yep, we're going after the Jiggy that involves Mumbo. Well, one of the Jiggies that involves Mumbo. There is 2, if I remember correctly, and both of them, quite frankly, are a pain in the ass. Thankfully, however, we've found both Globos by this point, so we can just walk up to Mumbo and hand him that stuff, and... or I could almost fall in Mumbo's hut. That works too, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I think I had lost some of my skill, because on top of just being Grunty's Industries is a level that I played all in one sitting. Like, I got through all of Grunty's Industries in one go, so I had lost quite a bit of focus by the time I had gotten this far in the level. But anyway, Mumbo, on top of just controlling like he normally does, has 2 major... Okay, well, he has 2 Mumbo pads, but both Mumbo pads do the same thing as is per usual in every other Mumbo appearance in the game. Yeah, in the game. Mumbo's... I'm just gonna spoil it because we're gonna be seeing it in 30 seconds anyhow. Mumbo's special ability is that he can turn off things. Yeah, that's some kick-ass magic, being able to turn off. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. He does an electromagnetic pulse, or imp. Yeah, when I was a kid, I just called it imp. So basically, you use him to stop these crushers in that conveyor belt and, well, keep them from moving. Because then we can use Banjo and Kazooie to get through there and access some Jiggies and some other stuff. Thing is, however, Mumbo can't permanently stop these things unlike other levels. In every other level in the game, whenever Mumbo does something, it's basically permanent unless if it's like a switchable thing, like the size shifting Wumba Hut. In this case, it's always timed. Both instances with Mumbo are only timed fixes, so if we're not quick, those crushers will come back on, and, well, we'll have to try the whole thing over again, which sucks. So basically, you're going to need to use warp pads for this. I don't think it's even possible to do it without them. But thankfully, the warp pads are right next to each other, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. And really, the time limit isn't that strict, provided that you don't dilly-dally even a little bit. You can't waste time, but you can't waste time, but you're not pressed for it, if that makes any sense. And also, things like dialogue, dialogue going through menus, those don't mess with the timer at all, so you should be fine in that case. Anyway, yes, you're going to need to spend both solo Banjo and Kazooie. Well, not solo Banjo and Kazooie. You're going to have to send both Banjo and Kazooie through that crusher area in order to stop the crushers permanently, and then you can come and go as you please without too much trouble. In the crusher room, the door to the right just warps you back out to the beginning of the area, so don't worry too much about that. And if you want instant access without having to deal with anything, there's the 4th floor elevator shaft room right there, so hooray for that, I suppose. Anyway, this area right here leads to, if I remember correctly, 2 major Jiggy locations. One of which is one of the most annoying Jiggies in the game, and that's the one that we're going after right now, and it's the sewer access. Yep, even Banjo-Tooie can't escape the inescapable might that is the sewer level. Ugh. Well, on the plus side, if you're not a fan of these GoldenEye segments, this is the last major one in the game. Everything else after this is either a boss fight or a mini game, so hooray for that, I suppose. But this is the Clinker Cavern, and it is by far the most annoying first-person section in the game. It is obnoxious. So, if you remember way back in Glitter Gulch Mine when we last had one of these, we had to hunt all of those dynamite packs, and the timer went off after we shot the first one. Well, in this case, it's sort of the same thing, where we're trying to fight all of these clinkers, and there's a time limit. Thing is, however, clinkers are much less easy to spot than those obnoxious freaking TNT barrels, and I didn't even like the TNT barrel mission. I didn't like that one, but I hate the Clinker mission, and there's a very good reason. It is brutal. Trying to get all of the Clinkers in this mission is practically impossible. Well, not practically impossible, but it's really damn hard because of how labyrinthian this level is. It's so easy to get lost, and they do the different things, like, you know, some areas are green, some areas are red, so, you know, one area isn't completely like the other, but it's very easy to get turned around, and it's hard to remember which areas connect to which ones, because the geometry is so similar in different ways, and the level does quite a good job at hiding clinkers from you. They're always on the walls, so, you know, that's good, but, you know, some of them are hidden way up high where you won't be able to see them without messing with the camera. Some of them are hidden on higher levels of earlier floors. Some of them you can shoot through windows, and some of them you can't, and some of them you might have thought you saw, but they were just one that you've already shot through a window. It's just annoying. Now, and it doesn't help that the sound that they use to like notify you that they're there is so quiet and hard to hear in places. And the fact that you only can use grenade eggs doesn't help, because especially if you're not using cheats like I am, you can run out of grenade eggs relatively quickly, and if you're trying to shoot any of the enemies that are in the area, well, there's a good chance that you'll get caught in the crossfire of that. It took me like 10 tries to get through this level, and it didn't get any easier the more I did it. And keep in mind, I had a map for this. I was following a route. I had that route down pretty much exact, but I still managed to miss some. I still managed to miss, like, just that one Clinker cavern. You know, ugh. And on top of that, running out of time doesn't mean like an instant game over, or, you know, you get warped back to the beginning. No, when you run out of time in Clinker's Cavern, there is still a chance that you can get the last couple of Clinkers. It's just that the room starts filling up with gas, and then your health bar becomes the new counter. So the game makes you think that you have a chance to fix everything, but nope. You'll never have enough time to find that last Clinker if you run out of the clock. And yeah, see, look at how close I am to running out at this point. I've only got 30 seconds left, and ow, stuff like that keeps happening to me. And yeah, I'm lost at this point. I had to look at the map and try to figure out where the hell I was. So yeah, not looking forward to, this is not a mission that I look forward to playing whenever I do the game. And honestly, if you don't care about 100%, skip this one. Seriously, it's not worth the time. There are plenty of easier jiggies, and you can skip quite a few of these guys when you're playing the game. Like, if you go for all the Jinjos in the game, which are generally easier than jiggies, you can skip like 20 missions in this game, and yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. You're running out of health and air in this section, and I've only got one Jiggy left, and I'm not one Jiggy left. I've only got one Clinker left. If this were any other run and I didn't know where that last one was, I would basically be screwed, and I'd run out of health and I'd have to start all over. It's not so much that the game gives you extra time, but it gives you the illusion that that extra time means something, and 9 times out of 10, it really doesn't. And also, trying to find your way out of these things is obnoxious, so I just recommend committing suicide and doing it that way. But anyway, yeah, that was arguably the most annoying mission in Grunty's Industries, and that is saying a hell of a lot, because there's a lot of annoying stuff in this level. But anyway, next time, we are going to be continuing with Grunty's Industries. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.